Alright, gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 186, episode 36 on our Dwarven Paladin. Let's jump back in. Now, I didn't get to play last night. I was a little too busy. I almost didn't play tonight, honestly. I had to work until about 9 o'clock tonight, and then once I got off, I went straight to the gym. From the gym, took a shower, did some reading, made some food, and now we're here, and it's like midnight. So took a little bit of time to do all that stuff. Also just been, talking to this girl that I'm talking to, so that also just kind of eats up some time. But all right, last we left off, it's about 12:30 now, so we'll play for a solid hour, go till 1:30. Last we left off, we were in Redridge, Lakeshire, doing some of these low-level quests here. Let's go ahead and hide all of the other quests, or the quest areas at least. So yeah, we were looking for Hillary's necklace in the lake. I still need to get some more stuff for the Redridge goulash. I need more whelp scales. I think Hillary's necklace is... I'm not sure if it's like in a guaranteed spot or if it can be in any of these spots. But I think there's like a mound of dirt somewhere around here. Oh, glinting mud. Let's go ahead and rebuff. I wonder if you're drowning, if you can bubble, and that will prevent drowning damage, or if drowning damage goes through bubble. That's something that I hope we never have to test, but if I do have to test it, I mean, we'll learn in the field, I guess. Alright, we still have 10 minutes left on this sharpening stone, so we're not going to put on a new one just yet. I am going to drink a Rumsies, though, because I do have a full stack of 10, and I kind of want to just use it. And, that right there reminded me. Let's drink some more of our Dwarven Stout. I kind of want to start drinking a little more of that and playing a little drunk / tipsy. We are a dwarf after all, we're supposed to. In the early levels where I was kind of pinching pennies, I was being very reserved with our alcohol, trying to stretch it, make it go as long as we could. But now that we've got a little bit, well, I wouldn't say we're rolling in the cash, but again, we don't have to work for a mount at 40. We get our mount for free, and we're sitting at like 10 gold almost, just about at this point. So we've got money to go around. Oh, I accidentally hit the rabbit. Speaking of, let's pull out Henry the Hare. Man, this spear, this polearm, just, it crits so hard. There we go. I love that being a dwarf, like, I only just feel tipsy. I'm not even, like, drunk or anything yet. We got the tolerance. Still no scales. There we go. The last great Gortusk snout. Now we just need tough condor meat and more of the crisp spider meat. Oh, we're really tipsy. Swaying all over the place. Come on, let me get in range to judge. Yes. Just got it off right before my seal ended. go ahead and just throw away the light feathers. There's one scale, one more, and we're done with the black dragon whelps. There we go. I'm gonna say I saw a spider over here, a tarantula. Let's take him on real quick. Seems like there's more condors down this way, and I think there's more spiders, so. Hunting pants. I think we've got these before. 4 silver. It's not bad. We should be roughly, you know, 9 gold when we're done here when we head back to town. I think we also need, murloc fins, which these murlocs should drop them. Check for treasure. Always look in murloc camps for treasure. Okay, the tide collars are... they're like mage shaman hybrids. They have frostbolt and healing wave. The fins are what we're trying to collect. I'm keeping everything that's not like protected with yellow quest aura, I guess is what you could call it. I'm keeping all of that inside these 2 items here. Honestly, just make it the 1. We're being real reckless with the mana, but that's okay. Waterlogged footlocker, I'm pretty sure that's a rogue box to open up. Hey, another small lustrous pearl. That's nice. We're at 7 total right now. Holy. Yeah, again, I think those are rogue lock boxes. The same ones that were on the off the coast of Zormstrand in Ashenvale. Copper over here. Big 157. Tell you what, let's go ahead and eat a Strider stew as well. Let's use this stuff before we outphase it. Not too stressed about this copper. But I mean, we might as well get it if we're here. We did use a lot of our copper, but we still have 100 bars left, so we didn't use enough. I think we're just about done with the copper and the tin / bronze. I think we're moving into the Iron Age. We still have a little bit left that we can get out of bronze. Like I could make obviously these bronze maces, the battle axes, the great swords, right? The war maul is done, but I could still make the silvered bronze boots and the gauntlets. And these sell for decent. Like these are 13 silver each. We made quite a bit of money off those bad boys, so once those go green, once those are officially green, we'll be done with bronze, which means we're done with copper, we're done with tin. We could still pick it up because I'd still like to, you know, make this stuff. It's still free money, right? But we're not going to be hunting for it as badly. We'll be looking for iron more than anything. But yeah, it's still worth picking up just because, you know, we can craft with it. Ooh, nice knockdown. We can craft with it, and that's then in turn free money. And what's really nice about all the money on this character is since it's not going towards a mount at 40, we're not trying to save desperately for a mount. You know, we can be more frugal with our money and buy the things that we want. If there's a merchant that has, you know, a recipe or a nice BOE piece of gear that's on a timer and it costs a lot of money, or there's the condor meat, nice, the last of it. There's some, you know, we can be more or less frugal with the food. We could buy, like, you know, big abundances of mana potions or, you know, drinks or whatever. And there are, like I said, there are merchants that sell potions and stuff like that. I remember in Ashtranar when I was traveling through to the Barrens, or really Ashenvale itself. It's down here in Mistral Lake. When we come back there later, there is a herbalist vendor, and they sell these potions and bigger mana potions. And that's like another thing, you know, where we don't have to be so frugal with our money. We can actually go ahead and spend some and just buy those potions because it's nice to have them. Okay, a lot of the Blackrock orcs over this way. I don't need them yet. I'm sure I'll get a quest to come over here. I'm more so looking for the spiders. We'll head back to the Murlocs. The spiders seem to be in mostly one place, which is like here, here, and then scattered a little bit throughout here, but mostly here and here. Not even worried about that. Well, let's head back to the Murlocs. We need 6 more Murloc fins, and then I really want to try and get the rest of that spider meat. Oslo's tools. These are at the bottom of Lake Everstill, so right around here. We'll grab those after we get the Murloc fins, and then we'll go take on the Brutes and the Mystics. That should be pretty easy. Fresh Wisdom. Lake Everstill. Lake Everclear, what the fuck? Yeah, the fins have a pretty low drop chance. It's like 37%, so might be on the fins for a while, but that's fine. Squid egg. Oh, it's a rare. Did we kill him before? Why do I feel like we killed him before? Another pearl. Nice. Pull him back to shore. Hopefully he drops a medicine staff. Raider's Gauntlets of the Bear. Not as good as ours, but they do look pretty cool. Let's go get Oslo's toolbox, because I know there's more Murlocs in the water. I know there's more Murlocs back here. There might be a chest back there. We'll kill the Murlocs in the water as well on the way over. We still need, what? Didn't get any more fins. Feels bad. Getting a lot of the Murloc eyes, but no fins. Honestly, let me clear these guys out too and just get them on respawn cooldown. God, the fins are just a terrible drop rate. Actually, let me use a flash. Oh, these are both casters. Interrupt one of them. Homie's just waiting for me to die. I'm a paladin, bro. Come on. Have some faith. Still not a single fin, man. Yeah, it's brutal out here. Scroll of agility. And there's a fin. I really need to let the mana regen here. Murloc guys don't sell for much, but once it's a stack of 10, I mean, they go for a decent bit. Guess I'll get rid of the thick spider hair. Just gotta try and let some of this mana regen. Let me go ahead and front load. There's a fin. Get rid of the raw long jaws. Eggs can go. Oh, we just got a war knife. There's 10 silver right there. The Lake Thresher is an elite. It's not a rare, but it's just an elite. I don't really need the clam meat either, but hey, when it's a stack of 10, I mean, it goes for a silver. We are close enough to town to where I don't really want to be deleting things that I could just swim right over there and sell them. We are all about our money. Oh, there's multiple threshers. They are quite tanky. What do we need? One more fin? That's not bad. Just looking for Oslo's toolbox. Grab that last fin and then there it is. We'll swing back by town, empty out our bags, and then get the last of the spider meat. Then we can finally start working on some of the quests that'll actually give us experience here. Oslo's tools. All just waterlogged toolboxes or footlockers. Let's see, swing on this thing, man. Come on. I was hoping that there might be a chest on this island, but it's not looking like it. A flesh eater. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Alright, no chest, but no ore either. There's our fin. Alright, let's swing back by town. We'll turn in... Well, we're not going to turn in anything just yet. I'm going to hold off. Wait till I get the last of that crisp spider meat. But we will empty out our bags because we have a bunch of junk that I just need to make space for. We'll definitely have over 9 gold. We're already at 8.96, so... All the other numbers there are mostly from my other server. Those are just like some alts and obviously my banker alt, but this is the only character that I have started on this server. We've created the others, the template for the others, and it might change by the time we actually start those characters. That's what happened with this character, I believe. I think at first we had this character pitched to be a female human paladin, but my paladin on the original era servers, non-hardcore servers, is a female human paladin, so I'm just like, well, I want some diversity in hardcore. On era, I go for the class and the racial combination that is like best for the end game and is best for raiding and PvP if I was ever to do that, depending on what I want to do with those characters. On hardcore, it's more of like, well, this is just for me and my solo journey all the way up to max level, right? So the racials don't really matter as much. I kind of go for more of like the class fantasy and the role play aspect of it, which is nice. I really like that. I've heard people talking about Classic Plus because I guess that's like kind of been soft guaranteed at this point. A lot of the content creators, a lot of the bigger content creators that are involved in WoW, Savix, Sfand, Soda, Zaryu, those guys, they've been invited out to Blizzard Studios to, I guess, test Classic Plus or test some ideas that they have for Classic Plus. And a lot of the community has been talking about what they want in Classic Plus. And I've heard Shobek talk about how, and I feel like a lot of people feel like this, how they still want class racials, but they shouldn't be as like influential in the game, and I completely agree. I think all of the class racials are so cool, besides the ones that involve weapon skill. Why the fuck do we have your weapon skill influencing from your racial? Like thematically, I guess it makes sense because humans are good with swords and orcs are good with axes. I get it, but at the same time, that's going to steer so many people. And like when they created this game and when they were designing the racials, they didn't think that people would do that. Honestly, I think they had no idea what that meant back in the day, or the power of that, or how hard people would actually like sweat that. I think they were just like, well, this is a nice bonus for humans and a nice bonus for orcs. It really makes a difference. And when you're in like, an actual guild that tries, even though the content's old and you can say what you will, Classic has like a expectation to it where you're going to show up with your world buffs and your flasks, and you're going to be the right class or spec, and people can laugh you out of a guild if you're a Night Elf rogue and not a human rogue. Like, that's actually a thing. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but like that is actually a thing. Like, so Classic Plus, hopefully, they tweak the racials and they make it to where you can just kind of play whatever race class combo that is cool to you for the fantasy. Another thing that I'd heard Shobek talk about in one of his YouTube shorts is the idea of prestiging, and I'd never thought about that in WoW, but I think that's such a genius idea especially for Classic. This idea of like, you hit max level, and then you can prestige your character, and maybe you get to keep 2 of the professions, and then they reset and you get to choose 2 more. And when you prestige, you go back to level 1 and the quests reset or whatever, but then maybe you get like a certain like buff or banner around your name or portrait or number or some kind of icon. That way whenever someone clicks on you, or if they go and inspect you, they can tell, like, okay, he's on prestige 1, he's on prestige 7, like, this guy's a gamer, you know what I mean? Or even like certain armor sets, or maybe there's like a new item slot, you know what I mean? Like maybe they add some cool cosmetic thing that goes on your cloak or over your tabard, or something like chains on your cloak, and those chains can change color, and that would show your prestige or something like that. And that then entails like this idea of the same thing that OSRS has, where it's like this, you could be grinding for a max 99 account, and that lets people play Classic WoW on their main character. They don't have to make an alt or start over or whatever. You kind of get to start over on your main character. You're getting back out in the world. You're, engaging with the content. You're helping out low players. You could mentor them. Maybe there's something that you get if you mentor a low player. You get this little special icon or something like that. I don't know, but like all of that, it recycles the game and it allows you to keep going and going and going and play the game that people want to play, which is classic WoW,
There's
right?
a sizable force of gnolls in
I thought that was a
there,
genius
and from
idea.
what
I
you
love
tell
that
me,
idea.
They are tough ones. It must not have been easy for you to gather this intelligence. Here you are, adventurer. We are grateful for your aid, and if you haven't already done so, speak with Marshal Maris and Magistrate Solomon within Lakeshire. Our situation grows ever more desperate. Those two will have need of you, I'm sure.
Of course. Hold off on any quests for now. Let's see what chains these give, and if no chains, like what are the next like lowest level quests that we should start working on, because at this point they should be green. I don't think we'll have any gray quests after this, because some of these were already green, right? So like Blackrock Menace, that'll probably be one we take. Solomon's Law. Oslo, were you able to find my tools?
Excellent recovery, adventurer. I never thought I'd see these tools again. During the last orc invasion, we were forced to smelt our iron down to make bullets, swords, and armor. We sent word to Stormwind for a new shipment of materials, but a band of Red Ridge gnolls hijacked the caravan and ran off into the hills behind Lakeshire. Now we're coming up short on supplies to get this bridge rebuilt. If you can bring me 5 iron pikes and 5 iron rivets, adventurer, I'll make sure you're rewarded. Now let's get to work.
We'll take the Smith's trousers. They sell for 7 silver, but we're also just going to go ahead and use these. Well, I kind of want to save one of the armor kits to put it on the juicy chest piece that we're going to make eventually, but what's a piece that I'm not going to replace for a while? Probably the gloves. Might be a while before I make these bad boys. I think we make the gloves buffed up with the armor, and then I'll save one for the shining silver chest piece that we make eventually. Werner.
Can I help you? Have a good one.
I know that greedy Argus will send someone to collect his scales if I don't give them to him soon. Have you found those scales yet?
Thanks. These will get me out of debt to Argus.
Nice.
I supply only the finest goods.
Yeah, so if we ever took on the white armor challenge, they call it the White Knight challenge, this is the kind of gear that we'd be buying, right? Actually pretty comparable to my breastplate, but we just lose a lot of the bonus stats is the thing. So it's like the armor is good on all this stuff, but you just don't have you don't have a lot of bonus stats, so you're a lot weaker, you're a lot squishier, you have less mana, but you get to look really cool. Like the drip is sick. And a lot of the low-level shoulders are actually white, so you could still become a blacksmith and make, you know, these shoulders here. You could actually wind up making maybe the bronze battle axe or even the warhammer, right? Damn, that warhammer is actually sick, bro. I would definitely make the warhammer. Holy shit, that thing is cool. All right, Dockmaster Baron.
How are you?
Well met, Paladin.
See you later.
Do you have those fins? Hurry, we need those murlocs driven from the lake.
Well done, adventurer. I hope you didn't have too much trouble with those murlocs. It's strange seeing them so far from the sea. I wonder if they're here, because they're running from something. Lake Everstill is famous for its spotted sunfish. There's always demand for them, and I'm running low. Bring me a batch of 10 and I'll barter well for them. If you can't fish yourself,
Nice.
then maybe you can get them off the murlocs.
So we get Murloc fin soup, which gives us 6 stamina, 6 spirit. I just need 2 Murloc fins and hot spices. That's actually really good. We also get this fish liver oil. It's a 10% attack speed for 30 seconds. Pretty good. I'll probably use those, like, I guess kind of liberally. Just because it's going to take up another bag spot, and it's only 10%. 10% attack speed's not that much. It does help. It is nice, but, you know, it's not... It's definitely no bag of marbles. Hi, I missed my necklace. My daddy got it for me. Daddy says there are monsters in the lake. Did you beat up any monsters? Thank you for finding my necklace, Mr. Paladin. You're very kind. My kitty thanks you too. Isn't that right, FC? That's actually a really cute name. Meow. I know how to speak, kitty, and FC says thank you. We gave it a pet. Alright, so we can turn in the goulash. We'll get a new recipe, and then let's take a look at the map, see what we're taking. We're going to take Blackrock Menace. We're going to take Solomon's Law. Fangor can hold off for now. We're going to take Delivered Daffodils, or Delivering Daffodils. That one's just, should be right here. We're going to figure out who this guy's kind of, he's running around with all the girls in town, basically. Marty Jane Rose.
Hey there.
Hail, Bill. Welcome to my humble garden. The weather has been perfect lately. Let us hope it holds steady for a ripe harvest.
You need a bouquet of flowers. You haven't been in town very long. Have you already found for yourself a sweetheart here? I know I shouldn't pry, but it's nice to see that love is in the air, especially in dangerous times like these.
Oh, it's not for me, lassie.
Here is your bouquet. I chose daffodils for you. They're my favorite.
Wait, those are...
Once again, my garden was
Oh.
trampled and pillaged. And I know the brute who is doing it. It's that.
Wait, hold off on that. Alright. Flowers for...
Well met. Well done, adventurer. Such fine specimens, too. And here is your delicious delicacy known as Red Ridge Goulash.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll just go ahead and eat these, I think. Let's deliver the daffodils real quick, and then we'll figure out what we're taking. We have 5 quest slots that we can take, I think, after that we turn this quest in. Miss Darcy. I think we're going to take the Unwelcome Guest, Solomon's Law, Miss Darcy.
You need something?
Hello again, Bill. Did Parker like the lunch I sent him?
Oh, those are lovely. I
Sauteed
can't wait
sunfish.
to put them in some water. But these are Marty's favorite flowers. Parker didn't have you go to that jealous vixen for this bouquet, did he? You didn't tell her who they were for, did you? If you did, then it wouldn't surprise me if she poisoned them. Oh, but it's not your fault. Thank you, and here's your meal.
There's some feuding going on there. Alright, let's take... What comes around, we can hide that. That's a dungeon quest. Fangor, we'll hold off on that one. An unwelcomed guest.
Once again, my garden was trampled and pillaged. And I know the brute who is doing it. It's that forsaken boar, the one Marshal Maris has taken to calling Bellygrub. I won't be able to replant the daffodils until next season now. Ruined, all ruined by that one menacing boar. Put an end to that pest. Show me his tusk and I'd be happy to reward you. He seems to spend his time foraging in the field southwest of Lakeshire, but occasionally he roams over here and into my garden.
Right. Alright, let's drink a Rumsies. Let's eat some of this Red Ridge goulash. Rebuff up. We still have 17 minutes left on my priest buff, 8 stamina. We have 26 minutes on 4 int from the mage friend. We still have some of our agility scroll going. We're pretty buffed up right now. Look at that max health. We need a fresh sharpening stone. There's belly grub. Excuse me. We'll start with Crusader. I'll smite it, or judgment it. That way he takes more holy damage. Now we stun him right before his swing's about to go off. I should get basically 2 swings before he can swing at me. And now we just kind of dance with him. Switch over to Consecration Aura. Sorry, Concentration Aura. Smite right before Judgment, right before the seal goes off. Man, I keep wanting to call Judgment Smite, but that is not Smite. And Belly Grub's dead. Nice. Copper. I'm just gonna leave it. If it was tin, I'd go for it, but at this point, we just have so much copper, and it's gonna get thrown away or just used to create more boots and gloves and things like that, just to sell. Honestly, we're gonna out level the bronze very soon, so we mostly just need tin.
What can I do for you?
Is Bellygrub still at it, or were you able to rid Lakeshire of the pest once and for all?
Finally, the menace is laid to rest. Thank you, adventurer. You have done me a great service. The garden shall be in full bloom this season.
Nice, we are now honored with the Nomergon Exiles. I did get a bouquet of scarlet begonias. I think I'm just going to sell these. I don't really want this character to kind of be a flower guy. I actually think he's going to be like, I hate flowers kind of thing. And it won't take up bank space, which is nice, but... We already have our strong fishing pole. I don't really need to collect the aqua dynamic fish attractors because I do still have these fish lenses. But let's see what we're going to take here. Let's go talk to Solomon, and then we're going to talk to Marshal Maris, and then Blackrock Bounty, I guess. Hold off on Gathelzog for now. Solomon's Law.
An enemy of Stormwind has taken up residence in the eastern foothills of Redridge. This wicked villain uses the arcane to spread terror and misery upon our town and our people. Under the name Morganth, he conducts his evil business. Morganth now controls the Shadowhide Knoll clan to perform his biddings. As stated by the law of Lakeshire, aiding a criminal of the kingdom is punishable by death. These vile gnolls must be killed. Turn in 10 Shadowhide pendants to me, and you shall be rewarded.
Right, don't we have a quest in Elwyn to, a Watchful Eye? Yeah, I need to head here and take the Glyph of Azora to the lion statue near Tower of Ilgar and Redridge. Yeah, we need to start that quest chain. It is a group quest after that, though, looking further. I don't know if I'll be able to take that one on until I'm higher level, but I do at least want to start this one. Marshal Maris.
The Blackrock Orcs have traveled from the Burning Steps and claimed Stonewatch Keep to the north. From there, they maraud the areas north of Lakeshire and keep its citizens in town, penned like cattle. Help rid Lakeshire of this menace. Kill these Blackrock Orcs and bring me 10 of their battle-worn axes as proof. And although Blackrocks threaten us from the north, we've received reports of more in the southeastern pocket of Redridge. If you find any there, then they too should be hunted.
We actually have seen them there. Alright, this will be the last quest we take for now. Guard Howe. And then these two, Fangor and Gathelzog. Fangor I can probably solo. Gathelzog is usually one that you need a group for. I'll have to come back for that one, I think. But
the Blackrock clan must be destroyed. The enemy has invaded our lands. These mountains fall under the sovereign right of the King of Stormwind. Our sources tell us that the leaders of each unit within the clan are known as champions. You'll find them in their encampment to the north, just west of the road to the Burning Steps. Magistrate Solomon wants these foul brutes dead. Slay 15 Blackrock champions and return to me.
Sir, yes, sir. Alright, let's go deal with the Mystics and the Brutes. We'll get the Pikes and the Rivets. Then we'll also probably head up and try and take on some of the Blackrock champions, get some of their axes, that kind of deal. I also need to get the Sunfish from the lake, which I wish I would have had this quest before. But it does give me more of a chance to get more Murloc fins, I guess, which is nice. Because right after this quest, we can cook those Murloc fins for more stamina food, right? Guy's name is Take the Vax. Alright, the Mystics are still gray to me, so... Red Ridge Canyons. I won't get experience for killing them, but... There's a Rivet. There's probably a good bit of ore up here, so let's just keep our eyes peeled. There's no rares up here. There's a pike, there's a rivet, we're getting some wool from these boys. I think he's just out of range. Oh no, he's getting hit, okay. Always go for the Mystics first because they do heal and they are casters. Rule of thumb, we always go for the casters first. I don't have a seal on. My mistake. Actually getting pretty lucky with the rivets and the the pikes and stuff. 3 brutes. I feel comfortable taking these guys on. Red Aura and Consecrate should deal a good bit of damage to them too, which is nice. Go ahead and switch over. Concentration Aura. Throw a Holy Light on. Back to red. Get ready to judge. We get a new seal. Front load the mana. Since I just judged, I might as well Holy Light. Now we'll let it regen. Thought about stunning him there, but I didn't really need to because I knew the auto attack was about to go out and then I could just judge. Alright, that's the last of the rivets. I just need some pikes. Need 2 more mystics and 3 more brutes. I'm just gonna have to take on that condor too, unfortunately. Oh, see some tin. Are there any brutes back here? These are mostly bashers. I don't really need bashers. There's a chest here too, though. This becomes kind of tricky because I think if I pull one, I pull them all. Okay, no, I just grabbed 2. It's not bad. I'm gonna range away the mystic. I resisted that one, that's nice. Stun. Oh, he knocked me down. That was sloppy. Let's get this tin and the chest. I meant to GCD cancel my consecrate, but that's okay. What I mean by that is obviously releasing the button while my GCD is still coming off cooldown. Because I accidentally had it pressed on my mouse. Alright, some wool. Made that worth it. More wool. Love that. I think we're just about out of the wool phase. Yeah, 6 more points. Might be able to get that with 9. Where are you going? I keep looking up here for my seal cooldown, but the issue with doing that is obviously the more buffs I get, and like as I lose some and gain some, it's going to change its position, which is why Healbot is so nice to have. You can just look here. So I need to continue to train myself. Just look here. I see my blessing here. I see my seal here. I can see my health if I need to heal. Trying to break that habit of looking up here. The only time I need to be looking up here is out of combat, looking at the remainder of my buffs. The duration of the remainder of my buffs. I don't really need to be looking there for any other reason, honestly. Cheese can go. Keep the health potion for now, but I might get rid of it as I loot more crap. The rest stays. I need what? 1 more brute? 3 more brutes? They haven't respawned yet. A lot of mystics. That mystic doesn't want to help. Two more brutes. There's... well, that's a basher. Never mind. Try to avoid them if I don't need them. Basher, basher, basher. Basher. They're all bashers. Couple more brutes this way. It's bashers the whole way down. See if I can squeeze through here. Yowler. Pretty sure he's a quest mob we'll get a quest for later. Not seeing any more chests. What about ore? Nothing. There's a brute. And then there's a brute. Oh, this is a camp of brutes. Perfect. Just take on all three at once. Yeah, we get a miss, of course. Some more wool. I don't think we've used a bandage yet, honestly. Alright, let's hope for 6 more points. That's 1. Come on, baby. That's a miss. That's 2. That's a miss. 2 for 2. Well, 2 for 4. That's 3. That's a miss. Fuck. That's 4. Come on. 2 more. 2 more. That's a miss. Oh, it's hit, miss, hit, miss. 149. Please hit, please hit. Ow! How tragic. Alright, let's look for some of these axes. The battle-worn axes, the Blackrock orcs have them. Fresh buffs. More of that goulash. Use it while I got it. There's not very many here. They're more up here. And then this is an escort quest, Keyshawn. I think we might want to just work on the sunfish for now. Altar's Mill. Oh. So there's usually a couple of Blackrock grunts and guards around here. There they are. I imagine these guys drop wool too. Oh, they run away in fear. How about that? They're orcs, bro. I give you some buffs, boys.
Thanks a lot.
Alright, let's drop down onto the Murlocs. They're going for the Blackrock orcs up north, I think. So I might want to just go down south over here where we saw those other guys. But for now, let's hunt some of the sunfish and Murloc fins. We don't have that much time left. I have about 10 minutes left tonight, so we'll probably try and wrap it up with this one. There's a fin and a fish. Keep the fins down there. There's another fin, huge. I knew the heal was going to draw their attention. I just hit it again. I was looking up top for the time left on seal. Just look here, bro. More so looking for ore now that I'm looking up here, but alright, we gotta let the mana regen a little bit. Honestly, I'm gonna drink some of the sweet nectar. Damn, it really does the job at restoring your mana. I feel like we haven't really stopped to drink very often on this character, if like ever. So when I do stop to drink, it's really noticeable. As long as I have, you know, good drinks, which that's the main thing I should be spending my money on, is good drinks, like both alcohol and like mana regen wise. Because the only, you know, resource that actually matters on a paladin is your mana bar. Oh, we got a battered war mallet. That's 6 silver right there. Oh, we broke 10 gold too. That's huge. I think this is our first time breaking 10 gold. We're already a tenth of the way to the mount, even though we don't need to, but I like to think of it like that. A lot of our gold is going to go towards bank slots on this character first, I think, instead of having to buy the mount. And I think the last slot, we bought it on the rogue. I think it's like 50 gold, or is it 100 gold? It might be the same as a mount. I can't remember. I know we got it much later. Like we got our mount first, and then the excess cash went towards the last bank slot. I think it's 50. It might be 100. I might be wrong about it. It might be 100, but we will get them all on this character. We'll get them all on every character. I know we will. We got it on the. If we got it on the rogue, I can do it on every character. I promise. Especially on the paladin and the warlock, because they don't have to buy their mounts. That is like, I don't know what they were thinking with that one. That is a little unfair. Maybe they should like spend half of the mount cost on materials to like, you know, complete the ritual or something like that. Maybe they could rework that in Classic Plus, but I don't think they should not have to pay for a mount if every other class has to pay for a mount. Like, again, maybe make it like half. I know the epic quest, you have to get like a lot of materials to get the epic mount, but even still, like a basic mount is, you know, it's a mount. It should feel, it feels so big and impactful in Classic because it is such a grind and it's such a noticeable change from being on the ground the entire time. I don't think they should ever have flying mounts in the game, weirdly enough. I think you should always have to take flight paths to places, and I know a lot of people disagree with that, and they hate that. They hate that Classic doesn't have flying mounts because they're so used to flying in later versions of the game, but it removes you out of the world. I'm one of those people that I firmly believe it removes you out of the world, and that is detrimental to the world. It's so important to see people in the world, running through zones, interacting with them. Once everyone's up in the sky, you really lose touch with each other, and you like barely ever see anyone. I know when I was in Burning Crusade, like even years ago, or when not this most recent Burning Crusade re-release came out, but the first, right after Classic was done, they released Burning Crusade. I played that for a little bit, and even in that, like, I felt like I never saw anyone in the world. And in Classic, I see so many people, even on these old dead servers. We just saw a group of 3 people right there. I've been waving and nodding and buffing up all these people. We saw a hunter over here. We saw some mages in town, priests that buffed me. When you're on a flying mount, like, no one sees anyone. No one's going to jump off their mount to buff each other, so they have to jump back on the mount. Like, none of that, bro. Even on ground mounts in Classic, people will jump off their mounts to throw a buff and then remount up, which is crazy, but that's just kind of like the etiquette, right? Like, or at least that's what I've noticed. Open the clams up, hoping for more pearls. Eat and drink that stuff, might as well. Just make some space, get rid of those. We're at 3 Murloc fins right now. I can only make one of those Murloc soups, but... One thing that I wish with whatever loot add-on that I have on right now is the more that I collected an item, or the more that I killed a mob that dropped that item, I wish it would slowly start to collect the data and tell me what the drop chance on that item is. Like, I wish I would have... So, because I've gotten, you know, Murloc fins from these things, I've gotten 3, and I've probably killed... There's a 4th. You know, I've probably killed 20 or 30 or whatever in the last little bit. I wish it would show me a rough percentage, and it would... The more that I killed and the more that I collected, it would refine that data. I know that's probably something hard to develop as a add-on developer, but it would be cool to have that information. There's another fin, nice. Another fin, nice. We're starting to collect them here. I need 3 more of the sunfish. I'll probably finish up with this quest here because we are getting close. I think I've got like 3 minutes left. Yeah. Probably gonna keep it nice and tight hour tonight because, again, it is kind of late and I do want to just get off, make some food, and watch Breaking Bad. I am kind of tired. What'd you have? More clams. Yeah, like I said, I think in last episode or the episode before that, that I've been rewatching Breaking Bad. Oh man, it's such a good show. One of the best shows ever created, easily. And I'm at the part where Hank beats up Jesse because he thinks he like called his wife and got their number and like kind of like threatened her or faked a threat on her. So he shows up at his house and he beats the shit out of him. Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen it. Go watch the show, bro. And none of this will even mean anything if you haven't watched the show, but you should watch the show. It's one of the best shows ever made. Anyways, you know, spoiler alert now. Mute if you don't want to hear it. He gets let go from the DEA and the twins come to try and kill him. And he gets shot up. I just finished with that episode again last night before I went to bed, so. Again, I don't have to work tomorrow until a little later in the evening. So I'll probably watch 1 or 2 episodes. Nice, we got our last one. So I'll probably watch 1 or 2 episodes tonight. And then, like I said, yeah, I work tomorrow, gym again tomorrow. Wednesday's a rest day, and I'm going on a date Wednesday. And then, same old repeat, Thursday, Friday. Saturday I do work, and then I'm having a boys' night with my homies. And then Sunday is a rest day as well, so probably try and get 2 episodes recorded Sunday, but every other day I'll probably just do 1. We're about at the point where I can do 1 a day at this point, so alright, we're just sheathing. It's a full group of 5. Let me buff these guys up. This is actually 1 player, I bet. Greet everyone. No one even said thank you, but that's cool, you know? Like we said, we don't do it for thanks. We are a paladin. It's our job. We're like the police. It's part of my job, man. What do you need, mana? Give him a wave, and he just goes straight to the boars. Ignores me. That's cool. That's cool. That's a fuck me, right? Yeah, it's a fuck me. I get it. I should have hearthed, but honestly we were so close that it didn't even matter. Let's turn these quests in, sell all this junk. Probably at like 11:35, I would guess. 11:50 if we're lucky. After turning in all these quests, we might be at 11:50. Or I mean 1050, excuse me, not 1150. 1050 is what I'm thinking. Oslo. This bridge isn't going to build itself. Now, where are those iron pikes and rivets?
Great work, adventurer. These supplies will help the bridge effort immensely. We'll get this beauty shored up in no time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Osgood?
Thank you for all your help, adventurer. Adventurer, the gnolls are still out there. I can hear their baying as they hunt in the hills above Lake Shear, and one cry is louder than the rest. Yowler, their leader. Kill Yowler and send his pack scattering. Bring me his paw as proof. And be careful. This gnoll is their leader for a reason. He is no mongrel.
We've seen Yowler. We'll definitely take him on tomorrow. We get a Ring of Iron Will. This will be our second ring slot. 4 stamina, 2 spirit. That's huge for a paladin like me. Love that. Empty out the bags. Sell, 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 sell. And 1062 so far. We have another one to turn in though. So probably like 1072 with the 10 silver from this, yeah.
Good day to you.
You have some sun-spotted or sunfish for me, eh?
Pleasure doing business with you, matey.
Thank you, sir. We'll use these on Yowler. I learned the Murloc fin soup. More food to eat. Cooking supplies? Yes. What do I need for this stuff? Hot spices. I can make 4. Even if I get 1 point, I'm happy, but this right now is our most consistent 5 or 6 stamina, 6 spirit food that we can make. Oh, I got a point. Huge. I'll eat the goulash first, and then we'll use the rest of the Murloc fin soup. But all right, let's jump in bed.
Buy and trade.
Yeah, nothing for us. And tomorrow we'll try and finish up the last little bits. Whoops, in Red Ridge. We don't have too much left. Because a lot of the remainder is like elite quests. We still need to get the battle axes. We need to hunt the champions, kill Yowler, obviously. Do this escort quest, which is going to be very difficult. I might actually wait on that and come back later. Need to get the Shadowhide pendants. Need to head back into Elwyn, take this quest, and then head back in here. And then I think after we'll head into Stormwind, talk to Colin Morin. High donation of silk. We need to go to Milton Sheaf in the library. We'll read some books in the library. And then I think we're heading... Where are we going after that? Are we going back to Astronar? Possibly. There's a little bit in Astronar we could do. Or are we going to the wetlands? I think we're actually going to the wetlands. 22, 22, 21, 20, and then there's some like, you know, mid-level 28s, 25s, that kind of thing. 24, 28, 21, 18, but then there's also 30s and 34 elites up there that we're not doing. But we also have these quests here, like 21, 22. So yeah, we'll probably come to wetlands after this and start working on some of the lower level quests here, like the 21s, the 20s, the 22s, these over here, this. We'll start the wetlands, and then you come back like 28, 29, 30 in that range and finish up with the 28 right there. There's a 28 here, 24, 27 there, right? But also, it's close to starting Darkshire as well. South Shore is like 30s. We hold off on that. Yeah, I think it's mostly right now we're just going to be juggling between... we got to go back to Ziz and finish Grenzo, but that's at 27 when we do all these 3. I think I'm actually going to come back here around 30, and then we'll try Pisnik, because that one was dicey. So mostly it's juggling Ashenvale, Red Ridge, Wetlands, and Darkshire. we're just juggling those zones for now. This is the importance of getting everything done. That's like, you do everything, because we're level 26, almost 27, and there's really not that much. Like, we're starting to catch up. You know what I mean? We've got these 4 zones to juggle between, and that is a lot. I mean, that is a lot to do. We'll definitely get a lot of experience out of that. But, and then, I mean, by then we'll be 30, right? So. Let me hide all these donations of silk real quick, because we're never going to do those, and there should be one in Iron Forge as well. Yep, okay. And a donation of silk, yep. And then other than that, yep, we're good. So we're going to call this one here for now, guys. I want to thank you for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow afternoon. Peace and love, and God bless, gamers.